YouTube is the loneliest job I've ever had. Being a content creator. And there I was. I was about to become guilty of turning a rant into a video. It's no secret that being a photographer, YouTuber, or content creator of any kind can be a lonely career. But what if it doesn't have to be? What if our loneliness is by choice? I went to Instagram and decided to make some friends in my area. Here is the story. So there's been a lot of these videos going around on YouTube talking about how lonely it is being a content creator. And at first I was about to make a video that really kind of doubled down on that. I was looking at my life and I could easily relate to the experiences of these people and how they felt like their creative careers were very, very lonely. But then I realized it doesn't have to be that way. Being a YouTuber doesn't have to be lonely. I'm about to go meet my friend Emily. Hopefully we can get some insight into making connections into this creative world, but let's go explore downtown GR. Welcome to my world. Okay, Emily, so what are some ways you go about connecting with other creatives and networking with other creatives and basically just building friends in this industry?
I think that one of the biggest ways that I've gone about networking with people in the area is through Instagram. So, you know, a lot of times I'll find people whose photos inspire me and who I'm, you know, really impacted by, and then I start talking to them just via direct message, ask them if they want to shoot or ask them if they have any tips for you. And I've really met a lot of people that way, and I made a lot of really good relationships. I feel like the people, at least in our area, are really willing to collaborate and not so interested in competing. It's more of a collaborative and positive atmosphere. So that's been really, really helpful. We're not all shooting the same thing. So, you know, somebody that you're shooting might not be who I'm shooting. And even if it was, we're shooting in very different styles. So anything that we produce is going to be completely different. So I really think that it's important to be able to learn from each other instead of just seeing each other as a competition. Because, I mean, you can always learn something from someone. Even if you're working with someone whose style is completely different than yours, they're probably shooting in a different way. Maybe they're getting different angles. Maybe they're editing differently. And you can always learn something from someone, whether they're a beginner or someone who's been shooting for years. A lot of times your clients don't really understand what it means to be a photographer and, you know, the type of work that you're doing in your day-to-day, but having people who really get it and understand what it's like to work alone and what it's like to edit alone and only be with people when you're shooting and stuff, I think that that's really important as well. And I think that some of the friendships that I've made, even just over Instagram, with photographers have been some of the strongest because, like we were saying, they understand the job and they understand the benefits and the pitfalls to it too. So.
Okay, so plot twist, the vlog does not end there. So to further my point on how community over competition can really help you create friendships, I am actually heading out to Grand Rapids a second day to hang out with another creative that I met. And the next day, after going to hang out with one person, I've already made another friend. Just goes to show. So let me introduce you guys to Mary. But first, we gotta get out of Fenville. Let's go to Grand Rapids.
I'm Mary Webster. I created Mary Irene Storytelling about a year ago. I'm crazy passionate about helping people form the messages they want to share with the world, regardless of the form of communication, whether that be writing, photography, speaking. I'm a recent college graduate and I'm just in love with what I do.
So what was your struggle when it came to making friends in the industry?
Yeah, I'm a pretty extroverted person, so I don't typically struggle with making friends. But where I fell short, I felt, was in comparing myself to the people I was getting to know. And I would find these people who I felt like their work was so amazing, and I wanted to learn their styles, and I wanted to get to know them and learn the person behind the Instagram. And I would tear myself down a little bit in front of them and be like, oh, I'm trying to be a photographer, so I want to grab coffee with you. Instead of just saying, hey, I'm a photographer, but I'm still learning, you know, and I really just did not shift my narrative the way I should have.
So what's your advice to others when it comes to networking and making friends, and why does this industry not have to be as lonely as we feel it is?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is just to stay patient, stay humble. It takes time to get where you want to be. No one became an expert overnight, literally no one. And to really know your stuff and know your industry, it just takes time. And the more frustrated you get with where you are, the less you're going to learn. Something that a friend told me a long time ago is she was climbing a mountain in Maine, and to climb up the mountain, she had to walk a downhill path. And she told me it felt so counterintuitive. Like, how could I possibly be climbing up a mountain and getting anywhere if I'm climbing downwards? But eventually she summited the mountain, and that's like an image that's really stayed in my head, as far as even when I feel like I'm not moving, or I'm moving backwards, or I'm just going downhill, professionally, personally, whatever way. I never know what's coming, and there's hope in that, and there's a possibility for far more if I'm willing to put in the work.
So here's the takeaway, folks. It's no secret that all of us in this industry at some point feel lonely. That being said, you have the power to change that. You have the power to reach out to artists. I hope you guys liked this video. I hope it inspired you some way. Be sure to give me a big thumbs up if it did. Leave me a comment down below and hit that subscribe button and turn on those post notifications most importantly. As always, folks, every day airplanes take off against the wind. Live, love, laugh, stay inspired, and always stay fabulous. Follow me on social media, folks. Peace out.